Hi, I'm Suzanne Culshaw. I'm thrilled to be here with you for this narrated video. I'll be leading two live sessions today, the 24th of April, for the Aspire event, and this video will be available on the day and beyond. So I'm going to be leading you through a session which I'm calling Collage for Self-Coaching. So really looking forward to spending some time with you. Just a quick reminder that in order to create a collage, you will need to have some materials. So you might like to stop the video now and check that you've got a few items around you, what I call general bits and bobs, and just to be clear that you don't need glue for this particular activity. I'll also be inviting you to do a written reflection, so you might like to have a pen and some paper or a device to type on, and I'll invite you to take some photos of your collage, so you might need your phone or a similar device like a camera or iPad. I'll explain a little bit of the theory behind collage, and as I said before, you don't need any glue. This is a particular form of collage which allows you to move things around as your thinking develops, and I've often been known to say that it does funny things to people, so I'm talking about the unspoken power of collage. There is a reference list at the end of this presentation, but I didn't want to clutter this slide up. I just want to point out a couple of things. That collage allows you really to think slightly differently. It allows you to think visually. It can help you express things that aren't easily put into words. You do not need to be artistic. This is not a piece of art. This is an artifact which will help you think and reflect. It can feel uncomfortable because it could be an unfamiliar way of thinking, but it could also be cathartic or therapeutic. What you're producing is essentially a visual metaphor, so a metaphorical product, and that may shock and surprise you. So just be open to what the collage creation process might bring about. It's a chance for you to be physical, to move these things around, and to choose what you do, so to have agency in the process. And most importantly, perhaps, it will allow you to have time and space to linger, to ponder, to slow down, and to honour the process of meaning making. This is about you having time to make meaning about something to do with your professional or work life. So it can be useful, can't it, to see ideas and examples of what I'm asking you to do. And these are 3 photos taken by participants in recent Enables workshops. Not going to talk to you too much about Enables. The link is at the end of the video if you'd like to follow that up. But this just gives you an idea of the kinds of materials that have been used in workshops so far by our participants who've been talking about leading change with others. That's not the focus of our self-coaching session today, but I thought that would be useful to give that as context. So an important aspect of what we'll be doing today is this idea of self-coaching. And what is that? Well, it's a structured or disciplined way of thinking about professional practice, your work, or an issue perhaps that you're grappling with, and it's based on the work of Gabrielle Oettingen, and the link is there. I will guide you through a number of steps, and you will create and amend your collage as you go along, and you'll also write up some reflections and perhaps a plan of action, and I would suggest that you pause the video whenever you need to. So let's get started. So just taking a moment to kind of stop and think about this question. How are you experiencing your professional or work life right now? And I will invite you to pause the video while you start to create your collage. So have a space in front of you, look at the materials that you've gathered, and start to express how you are experiencing your professional or work life right now. And once you feel that you have created your collage and it's as finished as it can be, take a photo. I'd now invite you to look at the collage in front of you and to think, well, actually, how would you like your professional or work life to look? And what would be the benefits of that? And so if you feel that you'd like to amend your collage, I invite you to do that now. Pause the video while you do that and take a photo of the amended collage once you feel it's as done as it can be. So up until now you've created 2 different collages, and I'd invite you to be thinking about any obstacles that might be in the way that stop you from experiencing your professional life differently, better perhaps, more positively. What obstacles are in the way? Who or what is blocking you? Are you blocking yourself? And what does this feel like? So pause the video while you amend your collage and take a photo of this amended collage. So I'd invite you now to look through the photos. You may have taken 2 or 3 collage photos during the process. Think now as you start to reflect in writing, what do your collages mean to you? What are they expressing? How have your collages changed? Why did you make those changes? Pause the video while you write your reflections. What specific actions could you take? What support do you need? So it might help to think back to the obstacles and to think about how you might overcome them. Who can help you with this? And when will you start? So pause the video while you write your plan of action. And it can be useful to reflect on the process that you've just undergone, if you like, in itself. So this may be the first time that you've created a collage. It may be the first time that you've been guided through a kind of self-coaching exercise. Have you learned anything by engaging in this self-coaching? Did the creative process help? If it did, how or why did it help? And how might you use this approach again? So pause the video while you reflect. So I'd like to thank you for taking part in this collage and self-coaching process today. I'd love to hear from you. Here are my contact details. If you'd like to know a little bit more about the Enables project, then follow the Enables Twitter handle. If you feel comfortable sharing photos of your collage or talking about what this process has meant for you, then please do use the hashtag collage_coaching. And here are the references that I talked about earlier on. Thank you and wishing you well.